A very good morning. Let us start the session for today. A warm welcome to our Masters, Brother Joe Huang, Hualien Dharma team, and brothers and sisters around the globe to Saturday Hualien Dharma Talk. Today, I would like to share a short accepted Master's speech. Suffering or joy lies in single thought. Listening to the sharing of assistive device team Bodhisattvas, I feel this is the true value of life. The Buddha came to this world to teach the Four Noble Truths. He had a heartfelt vow. How can we turn suffering into joy? In truth, suffering or joy lies in a single thought. As long as our thoughts are kind and our hearts are good, living a life without greed or desire, our minds will be joyful.感恩 for Master's teaching. Now let us send our sincere prayers into the 10 directions. May the Saha land be free from disaster and peace prevails in the world. Let us sing the prayer song with sincere piousness.
In my heart, I feel deep gratefulness. All my heart is filled with sincere prayer. From all corners of the world, let us join our hearts and pray for a world of harmony and peace. In my heart, I feel deep gratefulness. May all the Buddhas hear my prayer. All united with one heart, let us end our hate with love. May there be no suffering hereafter.
May all minds be purified. May there be peace in the community. May there be no disasters in this world. Let us pray together for universal love and blessing. With loving respect, gratitude, and confidence, let us wish every person in our lives a healthy body, an enlightened mind, and a total fulfillment in universal love. Let us expand this consciousness to include every person in the world, every being in the universe. Let our unified love make this wonderful world even better. Let us all immerse ourselves in the joyful embrace of universal love. Before we hear the wonderful sharing, let us invite our board masters to lead us in paying homage to the Triple Gems. Let us pay our respects for these teachings and explanations to the Buddha and Master Cheng Yen by making 3 sincere vows. Please rise, palms together. First bow. Second bow. Third bow. And a bow to our beloved upward masters who could join us today. Okay, today we have three sharers. Brother Joe, who will be sharing on Dharma Insights, and followed by Brother Sun Hock, who will be sharing on learning and awakening. And then finally, we have Sister Jessica, who will be sharing on the RT Recycling Center, a hidden garden in the basement. Okay, now let us hand over to Sister Su Ching for the weekly summary.感恩for listening. Okay, Sister Su Ching, over to you.
So much, Sister Lily. We'll bring this up. Okay, everyone can see, yeah?
Yeah, can.
Thank you. Last week we had two speakers. Brother Joe Huang gave us first a master's update. Last week, Master woke unwell before the break of day. COVID had come again, much to dismay. At the age of 90, even mild signs bring concern. Doctors stood ready with much to discern. 3 days of pause, Master had rare moments to heal. Now strength restored, she's back with zeal. Whispers and guesses swirl in the air, yet Master moves with purpose and care. And then when he spoke about the Sutra of Infinite Meanings, he said, we started the Sutra of Infinite Meanings back in March 2024, still on chapter 1. Each session grounds us deeply. It's not a race to run. The Sutra of Infinite Meanings came when change was in the air. After 40 years of preaching, the Sutra of Infinite Meanings was timely beyond compare. Brother Joe takes time to show the subtle shift, a turning point that gives the soul a lift. Parts 1 and 2 reveal the Dharma's way, a path for now, tomorrow, and today. Parts 3 to 7 say we must not stall. Don't just learn, teach, and give our all. A student's heart must open wide and grow, to guide with care and let Dharma flow. The Buddha's words, not yet in view or heard, but praise surrounds his form in every word. His scent like wind, his truth like steady rain, a guide who walks with joy and not for gain. To teach, we need more than just the mind. we need generous hearts and speech that's warm and kind. Okay, then I didn't change the picture. Then we had Sister Effie. Sister Effie, this was her reflections on learnings from Lumbini in Nepal. Sister Effie's second trip to Nepal was a sacred start. Each day began with chants to steady heart. A blank new page, a chance to improve. Be grateful each morning for the limbs that move. The Sutra of Infinite Meaning chanting brought calm and sharpened the mind. A peaceful space in which strength we find. Indoor and outdoor, a mindful routine to anchor themselves before the mission begins. Transmitting teachings with body and voice, serving with love was a conscious choice. Villagers shared, the bonds slowly grew. From chaos to calm, their respect shone through. A widow in grief, her sorrow shared. Volunteers stayed close, showed that they cared. Elders joined in despite rain, sun or rain, seeking peace in both joy and pain. Lessons on letting go, life's fragile thread, from noisy crowds to quiet steps instead. Even in darkness, with 2 bulbs aglow, villagers still came, their spirits did grow. The young boy changed, something sparked inside. Though weak in meeting, he tried with pride. Tutoring sessions beneath the burning sky, with hearts on fire, they still reached high. Sandstorms hit, but peace came after. Resilience echoed in nature's soft laughter. Clear lake water like truth revealed. Moments of stillness, the spirit healed. Even when roads turned harsh and steep, Faith held strong, their vows ran deep. She now sees with clearer eyes and heart, knowing this journey will not soon part. Happiness blooms from how we respond, not outer gains, but an inner bond. Let go. Say see you and not goodbye. Deep roots grow though the land is dry. A Chingsu aphorism, truth she came to know. Don't fear the road if you find the flow. Then we had Keith Chan, who spoke about plant-based, his own plant-based bodybuilder's journey. Keith joined this Tzu Chi sharing event for the very first time. A plant-based trainer in his fitness prime. Started weight training, music, and dragon boat. Now a vegan with strong values to promote. He once ate chicken breast every single day. Felt better when he threw that diet away. Began his journey on World Vegetarian Day. Went vegan later as he found a better way. He's not a pro, but reads and tests with care. Tofu, tempeh, rice, his daily vegan fare. Protein needs depend on how hard you train. Even plant-based, you still build strength and gain. 60% diet, 30 is for sweat, 10 for balance, best formula yet. Snacks and shakes, poke bowls on repeat. Clean food with oils make the diet complete. Okay, thank for listening. I'll hand over right now to Brother Chin to introduce our next speakers.
And then Sister Su Ching for the great summary. Welcome back for another Saturday Hualien Dharma sharing. So we begin with Brother Joe. And welcome back, Brother Joe, for another Saturday sharing. Look forward to your insights. And I hope Brother Joe, Master is back in Hualien.
No, Master is still in Taipei, and we're hoping, just like last week, we could only hope that we will be back on Monday. And right now, all the signs are gearing toward Monday. And I don't know if you remember, last week, that's what we said, that there were people guessing that it was going to be the 21st, which is the Monday. And we were sort of thinking, I don't think that's possible. It's too far away. I think it's probably going to be, the previous Monday. So last week we were talking about it's going to be 2 days later. And then we heard that it's not going to be the case. And this week you're going to be hearing right now that it's going to be 2 days later again. And I hope it's still the case. But I do know that there is not a storm, but there's a lot of rain. And the rain actually on the East Coast will affect our traffic route. So I'm hoping that there is no more surprises. And I'm hoping that there's just safe passage home. But I did realize, and I think this is something that I wanted to also share, is that the reason why, one of the biggest reason was that Master is waiting. It's not herself. It's not Master herself. It's that one of the senior Dharma Master next to our Master was diagnosed positive. And she's beginning better. But I don't think Master wants to go home without her. And you can imagine the tie that they have. For more than half a century, they've been together. And Master didn't want to leave her just by herself here in Taipei. So, when you sort of put the two things together, it makes sense why Master's waiting, and there isn't anything that we sort of have to, continue. It's just something that we sort of connected, and I think Master's waiting, and this is something that is very personal, and so she didn't tell people, but from the from the way that I understand that she's been asking, Master's been asking about her condition. I think it's very understandable. And yeah, that's our Master. It's yeah. So I wish that everybody is healthy so that we could all be heading home. And I wish all these situations are better, but that's just the way it is, right? People getting old of age, and your immune systems aren't as good as you used to be. And when people get tired, the immune system is less effective, and this is what happens. All right, so let's start today's content. I think we've been on this for too much time. Let's try to get through this. Let's try to get through at least the last parts. So previously, I'm just gonna jump through the last parts because we always go through the top, and it's fine. We're gonna do that next week, but we're gonna jump directly to 8, 9, 10, 11. And because I think these are very similar. And as we mentioned, that these are the praises for the Buddha, Sangha, and the Dharma, and actually praises for the three forms. And I think there is an inherent connection between the two, the Buddha, the Dharma, the Sangha, and the three forms. And they represent each other. And it's actually embodied in these 4 sections. I wanted to say that these are just, my observations. Someone who is not well learned in the realm of Buddhist teachings. But I do try to read it, and I do try to understand it by ways of logic. And this is something that, or common sense, where this is something that I want to use to make a better connection to the teaching itself. I don't want to make it so that it's so high and so far away that it sounds good, but it's hard to connect. Where I want it to be, very down to earth, and it's really making sense. And that's something that I want to always get back to. If there is a holy trinity in Buddhist teaching, there's always, the symbols of 3. There's always the number 3, in many things that's around. But the triple jewel or the triple gem of the Buddhists are the Buddha, the Dharma, the Sangha, because they represent exactly what was needed. You need the self, which is the inherent Buddha nature. You need the teaching, which is going to be how the inherent Buddha nature is awoken. And you need the medium, the people, that's going to awake the other people's inherent Buddha nature. So these are the 3 things that's very important. You have yourself, you have the medium, you have the others. And that's how you go from self to others and others to self. That's how you go from 1 to infinity and then infinity to 1. That's exactly what needs to happen, right? If you are the 1, then you become the infinity. And if you're not the 1, then the infinity will come to you. You will become, you will be awoken by others. Either you awake others or you're awoken by others. And when you're awoken by others, you become that 1 to awake others. So that's the three very important pieces, which we call the Dharma, the Buddha, the Dharma, the Sangha. And these 4 sections are the ones that actually sing the praises in their own very different ways. So we talked about 8, 9, and 10, and they're basically doing the praises, right? So we did this before, and this is, we talked about the great Lord of Sages, the guiding teacher, and the impact influencer, right? And we talked about the Dharma, and these are talking about the Dharma is always here, and the Dharma is not fixed to a form. So it's really all the sections underneath it is really talking about a very, very special property for each of the three gems. And the Dharma here is in section 9, talks about it's not an action. It's not an inaction, right? It's neither nor. It's not this nor this. And, Dharma is truly representing infinite, uncountable. You cannot say it's this, you cannot say it's that. Because the moment you say it's this, then it becomes not that. So it has to be very careful. It actually fits all situations. And it's not fixed to anything. And it can exist in any form, under any circumstances, and present itself in any color or action. That's why in the previous, text, it talks about it's not this, it's not that, it's not this, it's not that. So that's Dharma. The form of Dharma is, it's something that changes. It changes accordingly. It changes and it adapts. That's what Dharma is. That's what Dharma is supposed to be. It fits all these situations and it's infinite in its form. So section 8 talks about the Buddha, how the great achievements, what he has done, what each individual can do if you awake the inherent Buddha nature within yourself. The Dharma is how we awake ourselves and how we awake others. Now, Sangha are the people that are there to help the awakening of yourself. So you could do this, rely on your own, or you can do this, rely with a group of people. Now, you can say, well, the Buddha was enlightened by himself. He went on his way, on his journey to figure out, to understand, and to learn. And then he eventually sat under the Bodhi tree, and then he was enlightened and was awakened. Well, that is true. That is true to the point where we are only seeing this particular lifetime. In the previous uncountable lifetimes of the Buddha, there were plenty of others, including teachers, that guided him along this way. So that's what this Sangha is really about. It's the group of people that help you, guides you, and usher you along the way so that you would be able to awaken yourself or be enlightened through the use of Dharma, through the understanding of Dharma. And that's what Sangha is really about. So the section here we're talking about is the 32 marks and the 80 characteristics. Even though these are what this section is really about, Buddha's 32 marks and 80 characteristics, I really think it's really, even though on the surface, it is about the praises for Buddha's physical appearance, where it is so something that is attractive, something that is so pleasant and likable. And I like to think that for all of us, for all the people that's in the Sangha, for all the people that is in the order, that are looking up to Buddha as the role model, that they're trying to become like him, whether it's physically or mentally or spiritually. But the physical form is the easiest to mimic. The physical form is the easiest to talk about. It's very difficult to talk about the inner self when, we're trying to analyze people. You have to have enough evidence. You have to have enough, all these things that represents the inner self. But it's much easier to talk about what does it appear on the outside. And so the Sangha is really talk about what appears on the outside. And it's very pleasant and likable. So why is it likable? Well, there are 3 parts. Number 1, once again, it goes back to the holder of truth, yourself. What have you done? And these are called the holder of truth. The Sangha is the holder of truth. They are learning the wisdom. They are holding this wisdom. They are learning this teaching. And through this teaching, you have these cultivations. And because of these cultivation, you have accomplished something. And that's the first thing, right? You have cultivated precepts, samadhi, and wisdom. You have developed 3 insights, 6 spiritual powers, and the practices to enlightenment. And you have these 10 powers and the 4-fold fearlessness. So all these numbers and all these super power thingies that we're just talking about here are essentially the products of your cultivation. You hold on to the precepts, you hold on to the samadhis, you hold on to the wisdom. then you will eventually develop the 3 insights, the 6 spiritual power, and the practices to enlightenment. You will eventually be able to have the 10 powers and the 4-fold fearlessness. That's what this is. Because you practiced, because you cultivated yourself, because you practice precepts, samadhi, and wisdom, you're able to accomplish and develop all these things. All these accomplishments are now existent because of you. You have done it. You have achieved it. For example, for somebody who practices, consistent, very consistent workout, exercise regime, who has practiced, healthy eating, healthy diet, the accomplishment is going to be very visible. The person is going to look healthy. The person is going to be very well energized. The person is going to be very highly spirited because the person has very strong physical form because he practiced, consistent exercise, good diet, and good daily routines and everything. Then it's going to show. It is the same way with cultivation. Spiritual cultivation also has that. If you follow a very steady routine of spiritual cultivation, you practice precepts, samadhi, and wisdom consistently on the daily and also on the very, very consistent basis, you are going to have these forms that you can show. And these are the things that you get, the accomplishment that you get from the cultivations. So these are the major cultivation accomplishments. As a holder of truth, as anybody of, as a person of faith, and as a person of practice and cultivation, you are eventually going to develop all these things. And that's the cultivation accomplishments. Then it's going to manifest itself. The effect of this cultivation is that you are going to appear to be likable, to be pleasant, because you are in this world where you have cultivated good karmic causes and conditions. You have done the right things. You have had the right thoughts. The good things that you've done, the good thoughts that you have, the good words that you say, all these things that you have done that are good, they're going to have the effect. The manifestation of all these good causes and conditions mean that you're going to have these 32 marks and 80 characteristics. People are going to like you. The 32 marks and 80 characteristics isn't there to tell you that I need to look a certain way like the Buddha. Rather, it's a representation to say that the Buddha has these 32 marks and 80 characteristics so that the Buddha is really, really likable. Does that mean that you have to have these 32 marks and 80 characteristics for you to be likable? No. Somebody who is who is tall and who is lean, who is good looking, makes him likable. Does that mean that he has to be tall, lean, and good looking for everyone to be likable? It doesn't mean that. Somebody could be short, somebody could be not as tall, somebody could be chubby, and they're still likable. So 32 marks and 80 characteristics is a way to say that's one form that's really, really likable and honorable, the physical form. However, it speaks true when in the sutra it says, of these physical marks, there are 32 and 80 excellent characteristics, which seem to be seen. What does that mean? Which seem to be seen. It means it is in the eye of the beholder. It's the person that looks at it. They look at these physical marks and they like what they see. And why do they like what they see? It's not because it looks a certain way. It's because this person has good karmic causes and conditions. Two people might look very similar, but it doesn't mean that you like them the same way. So it's not just the physical marks that make you like the Buddha. It's because it's in the eye of the beholder. You and I have good karmic links. That's why I see you, I like you. You look pleasant, and you look somebody who I like, physically and spiritually. Regardless of what it is, the first moment I see you, I have positive thoughts about you. And that's good. And that's what Buddha has, because you have cultivated, you have practiced these precepts, you have samadhi, and you have the wisdom. And you have practiced them throughout your lifetimes, throughout the various incarnations. And because of that, people lay their eyes on you and they like you. And then they think this is because 32 marks and 80 characteristics. It is true. But if you put the same marks and characteristics on other people, it doesn't make them automatically be likable by everybody else. So this section is really talking about you are able to be liked by so many people because these are the manifestation of your wondrous cultivation, spiritual cultivation, wondrous spiritual cultivation that allow people to like you, allow people to see you without reason. They're going to be drawn to you. Okay? So when you are the holder of truth, when you are likable by many people, then eventually you're going to be able to become the teacher of truth. You're going to have influence others, right? All appearances are perceived by the eye. This is what we talked about the beauty is in the eye of the beholder, because everything is perceived by the eye, but it's processed by our mind. Our mind is also processed by all the things that was combined, all through your childhood, what was told to be beauty, to be good looking, to be something that's positive, including your own personal experience, including everything that has accumulated, including previous lifetimes. Then your eye sees this and you like what you see. So all appearances are perceived by the eye. It's not these 32 marks and 80 characteristics. It's because you see this individual who has manifested all the past good spiritual cultivation as well as good affinity that you have had in the past, and therefore you like them. It's as simple as that. So the appearances is of non-appearance. So manifest the appearance of a body. This is, the form of the Buddha isn't just like this Shakyamuni Buddha that we see in all the portraits. Because he has to teach, because he had to teach us, he had to become one of us, a physical form, somebody with 2 eyes and 2 ears and a mouth and a nose. That's just how he is. He has to come to us, become one of us in order to carry the Dharma to all of us. And that's what Sangha really is. Imagine, no one here, no one have seen Buddha, right? Nobody here has seen Buddha in real life. We see all these statues. Is that really him? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. You cannot prove that that was him. You can't. And so his appearance, Buddha's appearance, is of non-appearance. We see all the Buddha, yet we don't see the real him. So the only thing that we can see of him are all the Sangha. All the Sangha are supposedly representations of the Buddha, not just the teaching, but the actual form. So that's why the Sangha goes out to the people, whether through the alms, asking for alms, whether it's through preaching. It goes out to people with that form of shaved head just to make sure people know what this looks like, because they are supposedly the representation and the manifestation of the teachings of Buddha, representing the Buddha. So all these appearances are perceived by the eye of the people. You have to make people like you. You don't have to look exactly like the Buddha, because nobody knows what Buddha looks like. But you have to have people like you in order for you to pass on the teaching. So you elevate from just knowing the teaching, the holder of truth, to the teacher of truth. Okay, so manifests the same physical appearance as sentient beings. This allows sentient beings to happily pay respect to him. This is talking about the Buddha, but this is the same case. The same is true with the Sangha. The body of the Buddhist body, the body of the people that are carrying on the teachings. They are the teacher of truth, and they are the holder of truth. And because they have manifested their cultivation. Okay, so that's why we talk about the Sangha. It's the holder of truth, which is the self-cultivation and accomplishment. You have done this. You have gone through this very rigorous cultivation, the training, and the practices. This is what you have done. And then you manifest all these self-cultivation, right? The hard work that you put in, right? You're being very, hard on yourself. You make sure that you follow a very rigid regime. You follow a very rigid schedule. You have, the early time that you wake up and you work, and then you make sure that you do the best to contribute to society, and you follow the teaching, right? So you do all these things, it's going to manifest. It's going to show, it's going to come out as a representation of your hard work. As I mentioned, you study a lot, you're going to become very scholarly. If you work out a lot, you're going to look like an athlete. You're going to have a lean body. You're going to be very healthy looking, right? Your complexion is going to be very healthy. It's going to be pale. And you have every feature about you, right? You have your dark hair, your tone is vibrant, your skin is very colorful. That's exactly what all this manifestation means. The effect of your cultivation, the effect of your hard work. So for the Sangha, they cultivate it, they spiritually practice their cultivation. Therefore, they have followed their path, they follow their life, and they have good affinity. And it's going to show. It's going to show as somebody who is good looking. It's going to show as somebody who's good affinity. It's going to show with somebody that everybody likes to be with. It's going to be somebody that everybody's drawn to. And because everybody's drawn to these people, they are able to teach. They're able to convince others. They're able to pass this teaching on. They become the teacher of truth. To be liked by all sentient beings, to be able to teach and guide, right? So that's what we talked about, the 8, 9, and the 10. And then the 11th section is taking one step further and saying that it's really these 3 bodies, the Dharma body, the reward body, and the form or the transformation body. Now, these 3 things are, I believe, intrinsically tied with the 3 bodies, the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha that we just talked about. And we're going to leave that until the next time to talk about section 11, to talk about the connections between the triple gems in the Buddhism, and then the 3 bodies, the Dharma, the reward, and the form body. And that's the sharing for today. I'm going to have to depart a little bit early in order for my next meeting. But hopefully that we have, a good progress that we're making in the Sutra of Infinite Meanings. And then we're going to continue on in the next week. And hopefully by the time that we see each other here next time, we'll be in Hualien. I see this almost every week, but let's hope one of these times is going to be true. All right. Thank you, everybody, and have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Thank you.
So, Brother Joe, before you go, keep your video on. For the rest, may I request to turn your video on so that we can take a photo with Brother Joe. I trust, Brother Joe, you're still in Taipei with Master.
Okay, one. Okay, cảm ơn.
Okay, excellent. Thank you, Brother Joe, again. All right, the next sharer is Brother Sun Hock, a great commissioner. And in fact, he just gave us a long sharing on the Sutra of Infinite Meanings last night. And just in time to wake up to share with us another one, and quite appropriately called Learning and Awakening. So, Brother Sun Hock, platform is yours.
Thank you, Brother Chin. Thank you very much. Thank you, brother and sister. Thanks for giving me the opportunity to do sharing. Allow me to share my PPT. Sorry, can you see it?
Yes. Yeah.
Excellent.
So today there's no bars and whatever. Okay. So but yeah.
Okay, we'd like to share with everyone about my journey in, during the Buddha bathing ceremony in Lumbini this year. Yeah, on the last May. Yeah. So everything happened. I dream of Master Chen Yin the day before we went to Worship Peak. Yeah, well, we are very busy preparing the Worship Peak events in Bodh Gaya. So we said we want to carry along the television, yeah, so that we can live online with Master. So that night was we're busy, how to put the television, this and that. So I dream of Master. Then Master was saying about the learning and awakening. So it happened when I met VP Lim in the Olympic. She showed me one picture. She said this is a picture where they plan to do the Buddha bathing ceremony there. She asked me, do you have any ideas after you seeing this? When I see this picture, I was so impressed, It was like about my dream. Then offhand, I told her, let's do it from Ci'an to Pi'an, from Samsara to Nibbana. We're going to take a boat from a learning journey to the awakening side. So it made me think of the Master teaching, learning with a pure and untainted heart. Of a child can one perceive through awakening the Buddha nature within. So immediately I told her, yes, we can do it this way. Well, Tzu always very aggressive. After I told VP Lim, the next day I received a call from the CEO team in Lumbini. Dr. Tang and Brother Kenny told me, hey, Brother Sun Hock, congratulations. I heard that you're going to, I heard that you're coming to Lumbini and do this Buddha bathing ceremony together. So I said, yes, why not? So after that, I visited Lumbini. Then I met Sister Cecilia. Then we planned together. And she is so good. She has become a director for the whole events. And after that, I called Brother Alan. I say, Brother Alan, can you come together and help me? And, Brother Alan is always our hero. And he is so kind. He said, why not? Let's come. Then when we reach Lumbini, we know that the team, we need a big team. We need the local to join us together. So he come. Then after we talk to the team about the idea, how we want to do it, But the most important thing is we always think how we can present the Buddha bathing ceremony in Buddha land, especially in the Lumbini, where they have been celebrating the Buddha bathing ceremony for many, many years. So after that, the team decided to present the beauty of Buddhism through Tzu Chi humanistic culture. These are the team. This is the team that we work together, and we work so closely together. And especially we have so many local to join us. That made me think of Sutra of Infinite Meaning from one person, from master. Then you can grow so many from one to infinity. This is not only the team, but this is a team that work together to create the infinity. Well, when we said one from this samsara to nirvana, we need a boat. Where is the Dharma ship? There is a canal in this beautiful Lumbini garden in the middle. It's a very long canal. It's about 4 kilometers. From one side is a Mahadevi temple, where Buddha was born. On the other end is the Peace Pagoda. So alongside is a canal, also 4 kilometers canal. Both sides, they have a ship. Yeah, they have a boat. So we told them we can rent a boat. Then the owner said, okay, no problem, you can go ahead. The first day say 50,000 for 6 boat. The second day 75,000, and the third day they say 100,000. But as a chichi, we don't argue with them. Then we just tell them, just tell us how much you need. Then suddenly they say 250,000. Every day different price. Yeah, one day sometimes 2 price. But the gentleman is so kind when we explain to them what we want to do. Then he said, okay, brother, let me get 75,000. So after paying 75,000, at first he allowed us to use 3 boats. But after he saw that we are so sincere, wanted to do Buddha Day, then he said, okay, don't worry, I'll give you 6 boat. So finally, we got 6 boat that we can carry our volunteer from one side to another side. From shared learning. So learning, we want to separate the 3. One side from this, the place where Buddha was born, Mahadevi Temple. We want to do it precept, samadhi, and wisdom. 3 both. On the other side, we're going to do awakening, faith, vow, and practice. So sing, yin, sing. So both sides, then the 3 boats, they will meet in the middle. Then we're going to tie the boat together, and after that, we'll pull. Well, when we study Sutra on infinite meaning, we know we have Medicine King. We have a boat, a master boatman. So we want to do this together. So on the boat is the master boatman. Then the Taiwan, the Medicine King, will help to pull people, to help to pull us, to help to pull all the villagers from this samsara to nirvana. Now, I'd like to invite all of the brothers and sisters online to sail with me on the Dharma ship. Let's watch this video together. This is a beautiful Lomidi garden. It's about 2,000 acres of land. And they have about 30 to 32 very big temple from many countries. They have the temple, Buddhist temple, from Germany, from Singapore, from Nepal itself, and from India, from many other countries, even from Canada. So this is how we sail through the canal. Yeah. As you can see, actually, in this boat, brother and sister, we sit very balanced. One side is a commission from OC, and other side is a local volunteer. Yeah. The best thing is, one side we are holding the Buddha statue. On the other side, we are holding the Sutra of Infinite Meaning. Yeah. So from the east side, means from the pagoda, it's sing, yin, sing. As you can see how the boat sail into, and we were tied together. So this is the middle part where the 6 boats meet together. Jie Ting Hui. So this is how the brother Aguan, brother Susan Sushum, they tied with the ropes. All right. As you can see, we're tied together. Then the Taiwan, the Medicine King, will lead us. We pull the boat together. It is very beautiful, and everyone is very touched during that exercise. So from one side, we'll pull the boat to the other side. So the local and the commission, we join together, hand in hand. If you ask me, is it difficult? Frankly, as you can see from the whole expression, it is not an easy task. But the heart is always together. all the volunteers are so happy, especially those in the boat where other people can pull them, Yeah. But on the other side, the person that pull is also felt very happy because we can help people. So you can see our brother and sister is holding the Buddha statue and standing. They represent the master boatman. 自涅槃岸, from samsara to nirvana. When the steps down, what they see? They see Master Chen Yen, our master, our lovely master, is waiting for us on the nirvana, on the learning to awakening. Master lead us from learning to awakening. This is the team. And behind Master, we have very large, red tall, a Buddha statue. This is still far away from the place where we pull the boat. All right, brother and sister, is that very beautiful? This is the team effort. As you can see, we really appreciate Brother Susan and also Brother Agwan. They tied this together. And we say this is a chung chuan, the bundle. Remember, Master teaches the dumpling bundle? So this is how we tie together. And when we pull, this is together. So the ship will not go alone, but the ship is going together. It's just like in Su Ching, we won't do activities by one person, but we always grow by a group of people. This is how we can hold hand in hand together. We walk this bodhisattva path. I really appreciate how the team tied the ropes. They have practiced many times in a hotel and office. Then after that, we do it in the real one. Yeah. At least 3 or 4 times we practice. First, we feel, so everyone will contribute some idea how we can do the very best. And most importantly is the safety. And brothers and sisters, for information, this canal is not a deep one. It's only 4 feet. That's why you see that we don't need to wear life jacket, because according to the law in Lumbini, anything below 4, this is for this canal is for tourists. Anything below 4 feet, they don't need to have life jacket. So this is practically very safe. Yeah, always, like Master say, safety comforts. A boatman, when he studies Sutra of Infinite Meaning, as boatman or great master boatman, they carry all sentient beings across the river of cyclic existence to the soul of Nirvana. In the Sutra of Infinite Meaning, page number 16, we can see this sentence. At the same time, on the other side of awakening side, where we have a medicine king. As a great medicine king or great medicine king, they discern the form of diseases and know well the properties of medicine. They spend it according to the disease and lead people to take it joyfully. So this is what we want to present to masters on our Buddha bathing day. The first, when we read this, there are so many bodhisattva and mahasattva where they say it is a total in 80,000, it has total 80,000 in all. So, when first I read this 80,000, how to get this 80,000? But when we start to do this, we are so confident from one person, from masters, we can grow a lot of volunteers in Lumbini. Especially after through this practice, we found out the local are so good. We say one, and they like it so much, and they work so hard together with us. Every one of them, no complaint. Every one of them are work so hard, extra hard. This is the stuff some we pay them salary, but most of them on that particular day, they told me, they come and say, this is Tzu Chi activities. This is Buddha bathing day. Some of them, they don't take salary on that particular day. They just say, today I am Tzu Chi volunteer. I want to work for Tzu Chi on that particular day. You know, especially this gentleman, Vivi, and this is Sanjeev. They are a really great person. Yeah, they come and help. And this gentleman, he just met an accident, with his head. I think they have stitches of 15 or 20 stitches on head. But he still said, I want to come and I want to do it together with us. It's very touching. The moment of brothers and sisters act as boatmen, the moment when they touch down from samsara side, from learning side to awakening side, what they can see and who they can see when they carry the Buddha statue, it is our master. Master is always with us. Master is always in our heart. From one side, when we sit on the boat, when people start to pull us, from this side, when we can see master photos, when we can see Buddha statue on the far side, brothers and sisters, that is the most beautiful moment in life. The boat is going, we see master, then behind master, we see Buddha statue. The Buddha statue, as you can see, is still very far away. But because the statue is very big, so we can still see the statue very clearly. For information, brothers and sisters, when we sit on the boat and the boat cross the river, the canal, and when we see master, when we step down, that is the most beautiful moment. We carry the statue of Buddha and we see master photo. We know master is always with us. That is the most beautiful moment that we can have, brothers and sisters. I really hope all of you can join us one day. You can witness yourself how beautiful it is when you see master in Buddha land. It is exactly like what master teaches in Sutra of Infinite Meaning. With the mind of tranquil, we can really so ziputong. The vows can pass for at the universe, and we can stay really unwaveringly, with a lot of courage, and with so many brothers and sisters contribute ideas. The Dharma door is really appear in front of us. Yeah, this is how we experience ourselves in Buddha land. When in the morning we pray to Lord Buddha statue in this in front of Mahadevi temple, we put our Sutra Infinite Meaning. But everyone know this is what we are going to carry with us. This is our responsibility of Tzu Chi. This is responsibility of Tzu Chi volunteers to return back the Dharma to Buddha land. And this is what Master wants us to do. The next day, we start to prepare for Buddha bathing ceremony. We have to prepare at night. Yeah, we have to start to prepare at night. That's what I mentioned just now. That's very important. We want to present to local people. We want to present to local people the beauty of Buddhism through Tzu Chi humanistic culture. So this is how we make the arch. Then this piece, our Buddha, it is very heavy or big. It's 18 feet wide, 18 feet high. We have to tie with this. It is not easy to do it, but it is not difficult if we work it together. Everyone do it together. No one complain is hot. No one complains it's dark, but everyone do it with choice. You can see the reflection in this canal is so beautiful. And this is the beauty of Buddhism. And this is what we're going to bring back a Buddha teaching to Buddha land. The local people tell us, they say this is the most beautiful Buddha bathing ceremony they ever see. Remember just how I mentioned about the boat? They wanted to charge us 75,000. On that particular day, the owner of the boat gave me 10,000. He said, brother, I want to donate back to Su Ching Foundation. I was so touched. The owner told me, he said, this is the most beautiful. He said, he's so touched. He didn't know that what we want to use for the boat. He thought that we will do something, a lot of traveling, this in and out. But we told him we use this boat to present the beauty of Buddhism. Then he come back to me. He said, I want to donate 10,000 back. Brothers and sisters, this is what Master always teaches. Bring back Buddha teaching to Buddha land. In the morning, 4:45, where we want to catch the time together with Hualien at 7 o'clock. We want to start the ceremony along Hualien. So we have to follow Hualien time. This is not like in Jingsi Town. It means we can keep everything in Jingsi Town. If we have to start events at 4:45, means we need to go at 2 o'clock. The night before, we finish this preparation until 10 o'clock. The next morning, we had to wake up at 1:30 and we start the decoration at 2 a.m. in the morning. How many hours we sleep? Almost 2, 3. That's it. Yeah. Some volunteer, they got a chance to sleep 3 hours. Some, they got a chance to sleep 2 hours. Some, like myself, like Brother Alan, we hardly sleep 1 hour. But the heart is so happy. It is not about the sleep. It is not about the sleep, but it's about the teamwork. At 4:45, we want to catch the time, the same time as Hualien. So at 2 o'clock, we start to prepare. And we start to use these words. We want to make these words xue in the morning. We don't have enough volunteer. So everyone contributes idea, and that is how we design this one. We use the putuan, the cushion, to arrange this one. Then we found out the cushion that we have got 4 colors, got 4 different colors, and this is the best combination that we can have. And we can manage to get 252 seats, where it's just good enough for a volunteer to sit down. So this is how we do it. And the second session that we have is at 6:30. That time is bright. The sun rises. So we can see everything. So it's from the darkness to brightness. It's from the learning to awakening. This is the whole team, the design, the idea. It means from where we learn to where we know and practice. So from xue, from learning to awakening. So on awakening, again, we managed to arrange this xue by using a limited source, the cushion. The 4-colored cushion, we combine together. And we managed to make a xue, which is good enough for 252 seats also. Then the rest of people, we will sit at the side so that we can take a very nice picture of xue, learning, and also for the xue. So this is how we do at 4:45. In the morning, when we see the sunrise, this is wonderful. When the sunrise is reflect on our Liu Li Fo. brothers and sisters, the moment we see the sunlight, the first person we thought of is our master. Master always said, she likes to see 晨光, the sunrise. She likes to see this beautiful sunlight. You know, the sunlight is so weak. It's so weak, but it penetrate everywhere. So you can see the sunlight is reflect on our Buddha statue. It's so beautiful. Every one of us sitting there, we just look at the Buddha statue just right in front of us. When we sit on the words 觉, so you can see the sunlight reflect on the statue. This is what I mentioned about the beauty of Buddhism. Yeah, we put this dry ice so that during the present, 接花香, 现花, 现佛. So we put the dry ice. Yeah. The morning, we got the dry ice. It's very beautiful. The brothers, sisters, like especially Sister Su Ching, they are standing on the cloud to present the fruits, to present the prayer to the Buddha. Then in the morning, 6:30, we're in Hualien, 8:45. And we managed to online with the master so that we can see the whole thing. Master statue, our master photos is there beside the chair on the right hand side, if you can see. Then behind this, you can see a large Buddha statue here, and our Yizu Dajuzi is standing in the middle. So the program began with the chanting of Sutra of Infinite Meaning in Nepalese. So we managed to invite close to 100 monks and nuns and Sangha help us to chant this Sutra of Infinite Meaning. Well, like normally when we chant in Mandarin, they don't understand what we chant, but they sit and they feel the environment. Likewise, when they chant Sutra of Infinite Meaning in Nepalese, we also don't know what they chant. We cannot understand. But brother and sister, the environment is so perfect. You sit there, your
Namaste,
heart
good morning.
is
Thank you for your
melting.
donation, Dick.
Your heart, it is within, is together with the whole environment. And your heart is together with the Buddha. During that period of time, everyone feel the environment is so calm, it's so peaceful. It's just like what we learned from Sutra of Infinite Meaning, 静寂清晨. At about 7 o'clock, we can start to see blue sky and white clouds, where we are still doing the chanting, and the ceremony of Buddha bathing is still carrying on. It's very beautiful. Then we invite the students from school, there's about 230 of them, to present a sign language. And this is the good seed. The students and the teachers will be our good seed in Lumbini to help us to bring back the Buddha's teaching to Buddha land. And on that particular day, we invited the villagers. Well, it's amazing. Brother Agwan, our charity team, Sister Su Ching, they invite. And for information, at first, when we planned this Buddha bathing ceremony, the target is 200 people. They say small is beautiful. But when we arrive, we say too small is not beautiful. You want slightly bigger. So from 200, we increased to 500. Then the next day, when I met Sister Su Ching, then she told me, brother, can we increase some more? We increased to 750. Then next few days, the charity team come to me, brother, can we increase some more? Then become 1,000. So from 200 to become 1,000. But that day, the attendance is 1,383. So you can imagine it's already from 1 to many. Yeah, from one to infinity. This is what Master teaches. So we have many unsung heroes. You see, like Brother Anguan, Susan and Jisi Sisheng. When they do the planning, how they tie the ropes, this is how they do it. Yeah, they are so serious in doing. Our sister Cecilia, she is the director of the whole shooting and also on the program and helping us on the whole program in Buddha bathing ceremony. This is at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It's so hot, and they have to work under sunlight. But I say no problem, just go ahead. Yeah, you know, our brothers, we have a 3-in-1 team on the top of the bridge. But someone, again, in 3-in-1 team, they had to hide under the bridge. Even take a motor, yeah? With motorbike, they still can take the film for us. They take the video for us. You see, this is all the real hero for the team, yeah? To make the event success. This is a real hero that present the beauty and Buddhism through Su Ching humanistic culture. This is the real teamwork. I really enjoy working together with them. So now we'd like to bring you to another place, which is called Kapi Vastu. This is the temple. This is the palace. This is the Buddha palace. Yeah, the kingdom. The place is called Til La Rakut. Yeah. After we arrive in Lumbini, when we start the plan, then one day, Brother Kenny said, Brother Sun Hong, I want to tell you my promise to Master. He said last year when he met Master, he promised to do something in the palace. He said, if possible, let's start today. We do planning in this Kapivastu to do Buddha bathing ceremony. So I asked him, how many people, so that we can do the planning. Then he said, let's go and have a look. So when we go to this Kapivastu, we see this tree. This is a place recommended by VP Lim. VP Lim sent me the picture. He said, Sun Ho, can you have a look of this place? She told me this is she said, maybe this will be the best place to do the Buddha bathing ceremony. She sent me the picture, so I'm gonna have a look. When the team reached the place, we say, ooh, you got 2 trees. Fu Hui. This is so nice. Fu Hui, you got the 2 trees. So we decide to use the place suggested by VP Lim. When we see this tree is combination of 2 trees. One is Buddha tree and one is, I can't remember the other tree. It's Bayam tree or something like that. This is also 2 trees combined together. They grow together. And this is a big tree. Again, it tells us Fu Hui. So we decide to use this tree and this place as our Buddha bathing ceremony place. So we start the plan. As we know, this is the UNESCO World Heritage Place. It is not easy to get permit to do it inside the palace. It is inside the Heritage Center. Thanks to Brother Rocky, and he worked so hard. He managed to convince the committee and let us do the Buddha bathing ceremony there. So this is the place where you can see the old palace. And our direction is very simple. I remember the song that we sing together. That's one last sentence is called Su Ching Chongxian. We want to make the history a reappearance. We want to make the team, the ideal. It's just like when Buddha was invited by the father back to the palace, and Buddha returned to the palace to preach. He taught Dharma to the father, to the king, to the mother, to the royal family, to the son, to the wife. and also to the villagers. So we hang one very large, again, we bring this a large poster back to the Kapivastu. We hang in the tree. One of the volunteers climb up to side the tree, then we start the tie. You know, brothers and sisters, on that particular day when we tied up this, we see the sunrise, just behind the Buddha statue. You know, just Buddha, just behind this Yiso Tajuzi. And Brother Agwan make a hole on this piece, so we can see the sunlight through the hole. Yeah, it was just like the star in the star in the bright day. It is so beautiful. And we put this our Buddha statue along. Again, we see the Chen Guang. We see the very weak light, but through this lily fog, we can see the sparkling. So everything is so beautiful and so perfect. Well, when we say we want to invite Buddha back to the palace, we must have the parade team. So we will say that we need a flag team. So the brothers separate the two. Yeah, one is holding the Su Ching flags, and other side we're holding the Buddha flags. So that's how they wave. They walk about 300 meters from outside the palace to the site where we are doing the Buddha bathing ceremony. And along the way, we put our lily for. Yeah, it's so beautiful when the brothers and sisters, brothers, they wave the flags. Then follow by the Buddha statue. The two CEO take the lead together with the Sangha, then walk along the way to the side. Then after that, they will put this Buddha statue on top, on the table, so that we can do the Buddha bathing ceremony together. And along the way, after the Buddha and the Sangha, it is the students. The students represent our future. They are so important. Yeah, because they are our future. So you invite the students to go along. Then after that, the parade never ends. The villagers is at the back. Well, to my very surprise, when we told the villagers, well, we want to welcome Buddha, please wear a very nice local costume. We are so surprised to see most of them are wearing everything in their head. They are so beautiful, Yeah, I would say that is the most beautiful costume I see. And they are so sincere. They say they want to present the best to the Buddha during this Buddha bathing ceremony. You can see their head. You can see all the This is the costume. This is the local costume. It's so beautiful. Then again, when we sit down, we sit on the floor. Yeah, under the Bodhi tree, surrounded. You go by one around. Yeah. So from the east, west, north, south, so four sides. It's very beautiful. When everyone sit down, then we start the chant Sutra of Infinite Meaning together. It is so beautiful during that quiet morning, during the quiet palace. In the quiet palace, we hear only the sound of chanting. We hear only the sound of peacefulness. We hear the sound of our heart. It is really beautiful. Then after that, the students will start to perform the sign language. And that is where our Buddha bathing ceremony begins. When the students present the sign language, the scattered flowers, they present like they start to spread the flowers from the sky down. Then one of the sisters told me they are not spreading the flowers, but they're spreading the love. This love, it is not only to Lumbini, but this love is throughout the world. So, during the presentation of the sign language, we interview one of the Sangha, one of the masters. What is what he see? The Sangha said, the Sangha told us, this is very beautiful. He see like the Dharma spread on his head. Yeah. He said the Dharma is pouring, especially when he read the Sutra of Infinite Meaning. Then after that, he see the performance. Then he see how we present the beauty of Buddhism. And he said, it is like imu imu chongxian. Yeah. Like the history reappearance. Brothers and sisters, this is a team that help us to present together. This is a team that really is wonderful team. Yeah. So we work together to make this Buddha bearding ceremony in Kapi Vastu. Brothers and sisters, as you can see, this is all the reflection of the leaf on this poster. It's very beautiful. When we read this sutra in Infinite Meaning on the last two page, the page of 146, the page 115, I always very touched when I read this sentence. When I read this sentence, I always think of Master. We pray only that the world honor one will not be worried. We will use the power of our vows to enable all sentient beings to see and hear it, read and recite it, transcribe it, and make offering and acquire the majestic and miraculous power of this sutra. Every time when I read this, I always think of myself. I always reflect of my own self. I always think as a Su Ching member, as a Su Ching volunteers, as a Su Ching commissioner. Can I tell Master not to worry? That we, as a commissioner, we will vow. We will use our power. We will use our vow to ensure that Su Ching will be long lasting. That Su Ching will be present for a long time. Or Su Ching will present for a long time. Then I always think to myself, what is a message that I can give to Master Cheng Yen? What is a message that I can give to my own master? That's just like the Buddha. Yeah. So I hope, brothers and sisters, we can do it together. We can work more closely together. And one day, we can tell Master Cheng Yen, not be worried. We will do Tzu Chi forever. We, as commissioner, we vows to make Tzu Chi. We vows to work together with Tzu Chi forever, closely. And one day we can tell Master not to be worried. All right. Thank you very much, Dr. Chin. I pass it back to you, Karen, for the opportunity given. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Brother Su, for the beautiful sharing, showing us the Dharma ship sailing across the river of cyclic existence, from the shore samsara to the shore of nirvana. And also your interpretation of the Sutra of Infinite Meanings with the metaphors that you've given. And I think there is a very heating meaning behind your sharing. 1383. 1383. One represents the one path. There's only one path to Buddhahood. That's the Bodhisattva path. And 3 represents the refuge in the Triple Gem. And 8 represents the Noble Eightfold Path. And the last 3 is to transcend the threefold karma. Okay, excellent. Brother Sun Hock, and again so much for your beautiful sharing. All right, so next we move on to Sister Jessica, who's going to share with her. Sister Jessica Chan. She's from Malaysia, and she's going to share with us with the RT Recycling Center, a hidden garden in the basement. We look forward to your sharing, Sister Jessica.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Thank you, Brother Jin. Okay, today I'm going to share about our recycling center in our area. Okay, the name of our recycling center is our RT Recycling Education Center. And the Sister Su Ching the other day told me that RT is a famous bread shop. So we are not the same company. This RT is actually the name of the condo where we are at. So RT is a residency teratai, not the bread shop. Okay. Anyway, I always, whenever I share about our recycling center, I would like to share that I'm always the marketing person only. I don't. I do go to recycling center, but not as much anymore because busy with other duties now. So the core team at the recycling center is really these 5 people here in this picture. The first being Sister Aimee. Okay, she's always like the mother of everyone at the recycling center. She takes care of our heart. Okay, the second one beside her is Sister Yu Mei. She's the mother that takes care of our stomach. So she makes sure everyone has enough food and also not too much. So sometimes I'm always the 捣乱 the naughty one that, I feel like it, I'll just buy food, and then she always remind me that I have to tell her beforehand so that there's no wastage of food. So it's a lot of effort. I mean, she's not like, oh, okay, who wants to bring food, then they like it and they will. She wants to make sure that there's no wastage and things like that. And the one in the middle is our Sister Kim. Sister Kim is our gardener, our chief gardener, we always say. Yeah, so later I'll share a lot more of her efforts in the recycling center. But when we first started, she actually went to get a lorry license. For your information, we used to have a small lorry where she would drive the lorry to go and pick up resources, from our 环保店or during our recycling day lah. Okay, so that's how amazing this team of people is. Okay, and the fourth one from the left is the second from the right, fourth one from the left is our brother Boon Hua. We like to call him our he's actually our 站长. Okay, so he takes care of the recycling center, is the leader. But he likes to call himself, not we like to call him. He likes to call himself the Bangla because he say he does everything from watering the plants, catching thieves, picking up rubbish, throwing rubbish, everything. Okay, and the furthest right, the furthest from the left, which the first one from the right is actually another one of our mother who takes care of our stomach. Okay, she's always very making sure that the meals provided is nutritious and not like just random bought things, which is things that I will bring again. Okay, but yeah, so these are the core team at our recycling center. The people that will love everyone that comes, and also everyone that comes love them. Yeah. Okay, so we started very small. Okay, as you can see from the picture here, we started from a very little small corner house. Okay, and these are my kids. Okay, that's how young they started recycling. My youngest, the little girl in the middle, she started going to the recycling center at the age of 1.5. So at that age they like to go kai kai, right? So our family kai kai is to the recycling center, and I used to remember how she would dress up, get ready, wear her shoes, and get excited to actually go to the recycling center. So that's how it started. Okay, so now, today we are actually at a basement of an apartment. Okay, let me just share with you briefly why we are at a basement of an apartment. This apartment that we are at the basement at is actually built by Tan Sri Gan. Okay, Tan Sri Gan wanted to reclaim a piece of land nearby, but there were already a lot of squatters staying there. So to relocate them, it's not going to be easy to reclaim the land. So to relocate them, he actually built this apartment just for them to stay. And of course, there's other hostel for other purposes as well. But these people, they actually usually go in and out of the apartment via bus. Okay, so the basement parking is actually, there's ample space. So Tan Sri has decided to like, oh, since we're not making use of the parking space at the moment, he may as well let us use it as a recycling center. And not just that, he actually made a special entrance for us. Yeah, this special entrance actually ease a lot of our job. Okay, as you all know, when you're going through apartment condos, you have to register through the security guard and things like that. It's not going to be convenient for our visitors, and also especially people who wants to send resources. So hence he made this special entrance for us that convenience our visitors, number one. Number two, as you can see the slope here, okay, it is very convenient for the lorry to get in and out of a recycling center so that our resources can be loaded and unloaded easily. Yeah, so it's really a blessing that we have such a wonderful space. Yeah. Okay, so our operating hours is actually every Tuesdays and Saturdays, 8 to 12 in the morning. Yeah. So welcome. Feel free to come and visit us, join us if you would like. Yeah. Okay. So the team arrives every day, even though we are operating only on Tuesdays and Saturdays, but the team arrives every day. Yeah. So a lot of people after my sharing, they always say, wow, your recycling center is so good, got so many things, but ours got a lot of problem. Ours got thief lah, got this lah, got that lah. Same thing. We face the same problem as every other recycling spaces, okay, center spaces. So it's not that we are perfect, we don't have no problems at all, we do, okay. So as you can see from the picture here, we do have people just dumping the resources right at our door. And these resources might not be resources as well, they are probably garbage, some of it. And we do have thieves. We do have people who come and steal our things, and even the plants right at the front. Okay, and even the vegetables that we grow, they will just wait until it's proper. Then they will come and cut the vegetables and go and harvest it as they like. So we do face all kinds of problems that every recycling center face, but I would say the team, we face it very positively, which is why we get to go through all the obstacles that we can. Like Brother Sun Hock sharing just now, everyone just do it very happily and willingly. So hence there's no obstacles and no complaint. Yeah. So the team, the core team just now, as I mentioned, they arrive almost every day, okay, to load resources, to do gardening, watering the plants, cleaning, preparing cooking materials and things like that. So you can see from the picture, everyone's very happy, they are just happy to be there. Yeah. Okay. Of course, the harmonious environment is not just in the people, it's also created by the environment itself. Yeah. As mentioned just now, our chief gardener, okay, she comes almost every day, sometimes twice a day. If it's like recently the weather is very hot, they will actually go twice a day, in the morning and the evening, to water the plants, okay, and also do weeding and things like that. So this is a snippets of the garden, our garden at the entrance. Okay, we have a lot more inside the recycling center, but I cannot manage to capture it. So you can see from here, it's a very happy place. That's our Sister Kim. Okay. So I always like to say that you can't get angry at anyone or anything in our recycling center, because as you try to leave the recycle center, you see this view, and then you want to U-turn and go back and see it again. Okay, so feel free to visit us. We have a lot more in the center. This is just the entrance to begin with. Okay, so in our center is really a children's heaven. So for them, for parents who you have problems with your kids being addicted to gadgets, our recycle center is the best place to bring them, because the children in our recycle center don't ask for phones, don't ask for iPads, because there's too many other things to play with. Okay, so we actually do have families who share with us that their parents want to bring their children, but at first they refuse to come out from the house. They don't want to get out of the house. But after coming to our recycle center, when they arrive there, they refuse to go home. Okay, so this is the feedback that we get usually. Okay, so what do children do there? They do recycling, they throw rubbish, yeah. They lead the prayers. Okay. Okay, and the entrance that was mentioned just now, that grand entrance that is very convenient for loading and unloading resources, right? So what do children do with them? And that's our Zhanzang impersonating as a cowboy, wearing a cowboy hat. Recycled, of course. Okay, so children love to hang out at our recycling center. Okay, and not just that, they actually volunteer and automatically sort the resources without having told. Yeah, okay, and they actually want to do it again and again and again, and coming back to watering the plants as well. All sorts of things. Yeah, all sorts of things that they can do and have fun in our recycle center. Okay, and of course, we have this very special child. Okay, so as you all can see, he's a child of a special need. Yeah, but he used to destroy things at home, all the electrical goods and things like that. So until his parents discovered our recycle center, and of course, our volunteer patiently teach him the right way to dismantle electrical goods under safe conditions. Yeah, of course, we won't let him handle the ones with the radioactives and things like that. So we do have volunteers who teach him step by step how you actually dismantle an electrical item. And he loved our recycle center because he can legally destroy stuff, but also in the right way. Yeah. So hence his parents realized that even with just once or twice a week visit to our recycle center, after he goes home, he has toned down a lot. He do not destroy things at home, but instead would request to go to recycle center. Yeah, and he used to not really open up to any one of us except for Brother Bunhua. But now he would willingly come and leave for, and as we leave, and he would willingly say goodbye to all the other Sigu Sipo before he goes home. Yeah, so he's opening up more and more, but most importantly, I think he loves, it's very obvious that he loves our recycle center because he can legally dismantle stuff. Yeah. Okay. So visitors, okay, as RT Recycling Center is known for, we have many visitors. Yeah. Recorded, unrecorded. We have a lot of our visitors who loves to come to our recycle center. So over the years, after COVID especially, we do have visitors, I think on average, at least 3 or 4 visitors, groups of visitors per month. Yeah. Okay, so the first being Magnum Company. Okay, Magnum, when they first started, they organized 4 sessions per year so that different staff can experience it, because their shop needs to be operating, right? So they can't organize one session where everyone comes at the same time. So they actually intentionally organize different sessions so that everyone get to register and experience the recycling experience. But most people who have come the first time, they end up coming again and again and again throughout the year. Yeah. So in the 4 sessions, we have a lot of repeated team from Magnum who comes and they genuinely wants to come without being forced, and no one tell them that you have to come and do it and register, but they do it themselves. And most of them, a lot of them, they live very far away, some from Serdang, some from Kajang. They want to do it as a company's effort all the way to RT Recycling Center in Stapang. Yeah. Okay, so this is another company after Magnum who also organized various sessions. This is Exact Asia. So initially they came by department. So for example, accounts department and then IT department, and then they have various admin department who comes. So when the word spread that, let's say the accounts department was the first to come, then when the word spread that IT department is going, other people also sign up and like want to come, okay, willingly without being forced to, okay, and then the crowd just grew. They came initially from like just a group of 10, 15 people. Then the crowd just grew, and like more and more. The last visit they came last month was this month, actually, beginning of this month was like there was like 80 people registering 80 people who registered. Yeah. So when I noticed the figure is 80 people, I was really worried. I was like, okay, so we don't really have that big of a space, especially when it comes to the sorting area. So I've decided that since most of them have come many times before, so we now allow them to explore and try out other departments within our recycling center. So we have the gardening department, okay, and then we have the electrical department as well. Okay, so of course from the picture you can tell how much they enjoyed, because now they explore and learn new things as well, especially the gardening department, because a lot of them, after the session, they actually said that, wow, I didn't know that there is so many things you can learn just from gardening, and all they did was just helping to repot some plants, and they felt that, wow, it's so therapeutic and actually helps them release stress. Yeah. Okay. So apart from companies, we do have a lot of students visiting us, university students, primary, secondary, various types of students who love to come to our visitors, our recycling center. Okay. So usually we would start with a tour, just share with them about our recycling center and a little bit about our environmental protection efforts. Okay. And then we allow them to do sorting. And then up to them, if they have free time, leisure time, they're tired already, they want to do ping pong, they can do ping pong. And then this apple gifting is actually very special because these students from IIUM is actually Malays. Yeah. So, and our Yumei Sijie, she very thoughtfully, she felt that she wants to prepare something for them, but is afraid that probably they will be reluctant to receive it because of a halal issue. Yeah. So she very thoughtfully think that the best thing to give is actually an apple. Yeah, so because you it's definitely halal, right? Yeah. Okay, so she said we want to give them something to take a bite before they leave. Yeah. So since while at it, yeah, while at it, this teacher here just have to include some educational thing. Yeah. So I actually took the opportunity to teach them apple is 苹果. Okay, so yeah. So with every visit, we try to make it different, yeah, cater to different audience. With the companies, we give them a little bit more information about environmental protection. With the university students, we guide them through more thoroughly. But with kindergartens, how do you actually bring kindergarten students with you to our recycling center? What can they do? What do they do? What should they do? Because most of the time, when you tell them too much, they're probably not listening and they probably don't know, and they probably it can't get into their head what you're trying to say. So a simple tour, just let them see how we practice 5R, yeah, reusing a lot of pots and pans, kettles and things like that to be flower pots. Yeah, so just let them know that recycling is not just about sorting. And the best thing to do is, of course, we have to tire them out. If we don't tire them out, we are the one that's being tired out. So there's many rounds of this session. Yeah. Okay. So this is their way of doing sorting. Yeah. Okay. So once flattened, we get them to sweep and put them into the big bin. Yeah. Okay. So as you can see, as they are leaving, everyone is so happy and reluctant to leave. Not just the students, our volunteers are reluctant to let them go as well. Okay. Okay, so that's about it for my sharing. I actually have a little advertisement to make actually. Okay, just give me a minute, yeah. Okay, as you all know that we are celebrating 30 years of environmental protection in Malaysia, okay, and also see Malaysia. So here's a little video to introduce to you what we are doing coming up. Okay, so that's a little advertisement on what we are doing. Why did I share that with you? Because as you can see, the whale is naked right now. So we actually need a lot of resources. Let me just share 2 more slides, yeah. Okay, we are going to turn this whale into a proper one with a body. So as you can see from this picture, so we need a lot of resources. So this whale is very big. People can actually walk in it. So as it might not look so from the picture, yeah, but it is very big. So we need a lot of resources like this, okay, to actually fill out the body of the whale. Okay, as you can see from the bottle here. So, and all these bottles, please assist to remove the labels if you can. Yeah, and please send them to our Jingsi Hall when you have them. Okay, so this is my little advertisement about our 环保30 our exhibition that will be held in Jingsi Hall. It will be on the launch will be 24th of August. So if you can, please try to send the resources as soon as you can. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Sister Jessica, for your joyful sharing. Obviously, you have shown us how your passion, your aspiration, it started with a small center, how it has grown, and because you're very steadfast in your aspiration, and like my master say, a small step, and as you walk, you go into a big step. And I hope that obviously what you have done, the great work you have done, become an inspiration for all the other apartments to follow suit. We hope to do that. Yeah, so I think something that you can actually continue to spread this, and not only to that, I think to offices as well. Okay, Kanan, so much again, Sister Jessica. Are there any questions from the floor that you would like to ask Sister Jessica? Okay, if there's none, maybe perhaps we can end this sharing for today on this Saturday of Hualien sharing. So as we do, let us now offer our 3 bows to the Buddha, Dharma, and the Sangha. Let's say we offer the first bow with reverence to the Buddha. The second bow with devotion to the Dharma. And the third bow with gratitude for all the teachings and the Dharma. Okay, so with that note, we also would like to actually offer 1 bow to the above masters. Wow. All right. Thanks so much, brothers and sisters, for staying and participating on this Saturday session. And as always, weekend is already busy for all of us. It's Brother Robert. Nice to see you.
Yes.
And I hope you have recovered.
Still having the back throat cough. Yeah.
All right.
Well
So, all right. I'll see you on next week.
Okay.
Thanks so much.
感恩 Brother Chi, 感恩 everyone. See everyone, next week.